Good morning, beloveds. um, I don't know if you have had a chance to go outside yet, but it's a little cooler. We had a cool front come through, we didn't get any rain up in our area, but apparently South Houston got quite a bit. But the cool front came through and dropped the temperature down into the mid 60s this morning. So yesterday it was in the mid 70s and muggy when we went for the run. Today is a walk day because I alternate the runs and the walks. And so it was quite a bit cooler. And the clouds were fantastic. In our house, the way our house sits, this is east, which is why I have the sun behind me in the mornings coming through that window. And so the sun was behind the clouds and you could see the rays coming up and it just kind of brightly lit places on the clouds. And that's just, I love taking pictures of clouds. I absolutely adore taking pictures of clouds. It's one of those times when I kind of wish I could paint, because if I could paint, and maybe I can, maybe I can't, I would paint clouds. I would paint a canvas blue and then put clouds all over it. So I'm always taking pictures of clouds. So today my submission for beauty for Instagram and Facebook will be clouds with the sun behind them, because that's what I was looking at today. I did get a couple of lilies. There's this one one yard that has a kind of corner garden because she's on a corner, and her lilies are fantastic today or this year. And maybe they've always been fantastic. I just hadn't noticed them until I, set myself this challenge of finding something beautiful every day. So there's that. And so if you're going to enjoy the weather, then please get out early and enjoy the cool, unless you like the hot, and then just wait a little bit. We're going to have a couple of days where it's going to be cool, and then we may get some more rain, and, it's weather, it's Texas. God knows what we're going to get. But it was a nice change. Summer is coming. There's nothing we can do about that. It's going to be hot. So we will enjoy the cool days as we get them. To enjoy them thoroughly. All right. Today, May 6th, our Bible quote is we're still in Job. We are in Job 36:3. And the quote is, "I will fetch my knowledge from afar and will ascribe righteousness to my Maker." I've read the book of Job. If you haven't, it's an experience. You should definitely go read the book of Job. Whole lot of things happen in it that you're like, okay. So, go read the book of Job. Okay, let's see what Ernest has to say about that quote today. "Today, I consciously let go of every discord. I drop all sense of lack or limitation from my thought, and every belief that I have ever had in lack or fear. I now have a belief in success and faith. I permit the spirit within me to express itself in perfect freedom, bringing increasing joy into my experience. I allow the divine wholeness to flow through me into ever-widening fields of activity. Every good that I have ever experienced is now increased tenfold. Every joy that I have ever experienced is now multiplied. There is a new influx of inspiration into my thought. I see more clearly than ever before that my divine birthright is freedom, joy, and eternal goodness. I perceive this same birthright as bequeathed to all people." Let's pull out the SAT words this morning. "As I look into nature, it responds with 1,000 joys of beauty and harmony. As I look deep into the souls of people, I perceive the divine image implanted within them. Sorrow is now turned into joy, the belief in death into certain knowledge of an eternal expansion. The sun of hope rises, never more to set, and all power is delivered unto me. This power I use for my own and for every other man's good. This divine presence interprets itself to me in love and friendship, and peace, joy, and goodness are mine now and forever. Good morning, Dana. Okay, so let's start off with, I perceive this same birthright is bequeathed to all people. The beautiful thing about our teaching is that we believe that whatever good we want for ourselves, we want for everybody. It kind of comes back to that idea of oneness. So it's not selfish to want good for yourself, because the good that you're wanting for yourself, you want for the whole planet, universe, whatever word we want to put on it, all sentient beings. There's nothing selfish about wanting good for yourself, because that good that you want for yourself is good for everybody. It's kind of like when you're happy, everybody's happy, because you're contagious. Contagious in a good way. We're trying to, I keep seeing that meme pop up, because we are in a situation with a virus that is very contagious, and we want to remember that good is contagious too. So happiness and peace and joy, it's all contagious. I want what she's got. So yeah, want good for yourself. Get good for yourself, because the good you get for yourself is good for everybody. Okay, so I consciously let go of discord. I drop all sense of lack and limitation from my thought. Wow, that's kind of like, honestly, we all have good days and bad days on that, where some days we're like on top of it, and it's like we catch those thoughts at the beginning and drop them. And then some days we don't. Some days that train just runs away with us. And it's good to remember that is a train that we can get off of. By focusing on what we do want, not on what we don't want. Which is why he says, okay, I drop all of this. I now have a belief in success and faith. So if I don't want lack and discord, then what do I want? Success and faith. I permit spirit within me to express itself in perfect wisdom. It comes back to that free will thing. I permit spirit. Spirit is going to do what spirit is going to do, but we have to allow it. We are the divine expression having an experience through itself, but we can absolutely get in our own way. So I permit spirit to express through me, increasing my experience in joy, because spirit wants us to be happy. Absolutely. Let's see. He keeps talking about joy being multiplied. There is a new influx of inspiration into my thought. I can see more clearly than ever before that my divine birthright is freedom, joy, eternal goodness. There is a new influx of inspiration. Ask for it, and you will get it. Jesus is quoted a number of times saying, ask and ye shall receive. Believe and it is done unto you. So if you want inspiration, ask for it, and then act on it, and go do. Frequently, when I have done talks at the center, I have found that, like, I'll be writing my stuff and I'll get stuck, and so then I'll go for a walk. And if I remember to take my phone with me when I go for a walk, I will get all kinds of amazing inspiration just walking. It just, gets the blood flowing and what have you. So there are multiple reasons why we say treat and move your feet. Spirit can do for you what it can do through you, but it's also getting out and getting moving. You want inspiration. The clouds this morning were inspiration. So, get out, go and do, and the inspiration will come. And then just make sure that you have something with you to take. That's why I take my phone with me, because I have a note app on my phone where I can take notes. As I look out into nature, it responds with 1,000 joys of beauty and harmony. Well, yeah. The songbirds were out this morning. The clouds were amazing. There was a nice light breeze. When you look for the beautiful, you will find it. That's one of the reasons why very early on into this, I set that challenge for myself. I'm going to find something beautiful every day. And then I'm going to share it. Thank God for Instagram and Facebook, and thank God that Instagram and Facebook are connected, so I can post it to Instagram and it posts to Facebook. Yay. That joy is there. That beauty is there. We just have to be open to it. Sorrow is now turned into joy. The belief in death into certain knowledge of eternal expansion. I'm not going to get into Ernest's idea about death, because that would leave us here all day, and none of us have time for that. I still got to go to work, and but he definitely believed that we were that Ernest believed that we were an ever expanding spiral upwards in spirit. We do go back to spirit and continue on. So he's an interesting man to read. I love reading him. This has been a whole lot of fun for me. The sun of hope rises, never more to set, and the all power is delivered unto me. The power I use for my own and every other man's good. So, yeah. This presence, the divine presence, interprets itself to me in love. It is love. It's always going to be love. That's what it is. It can't be anything else. So, of course, it's going to interpret itself to love. But it interprets itself to me in love and friendship, and peace and joy. The goodness are mine now and forever. Let me let you in on a secret. God wants you to be happy. Spirit wants you to be happy. We just have to get out of our own way. So, go do something that makes you happy. Because when you're happy, the happiness in the world goes up a little bit. And the more happy you can be, the more the happiness goes up in the world. Do not get me wrong, there are things going on. But right now, with what's going on, we want to take all the happiness that we can find. So if that means going for a walk and taking pictures of clouds, go for it. If that means sitting with your fur baby or your spouse or friend or what have you, and having a good conversation. Yes, I talk to my cats. Speaking of, here she comes. If it is growing flowers, planting flowers, if it is baking, if it is working with people, if it's being on Facebook Live, art, drawing, making music, do something that makes you happy. If only for 5 minutes. And then tomorrow do it for 6. Okay, I'm going to go get ready for my day. Oh, here, she pops up right there at the end. Go do something that makes you happy. Know that we are with you. Know that we love you. I will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Reverend David will be on sometime later today. And I believe it's Wednesday. So there is, if you check the emails for the phone number, there is meditation by Telebridge at 7 o'clock. It may be, I think Danielle is doing it in May. So that's available for you. There are also a whole bunch of classes coming up. So bear that in mind. Great ways to connect. The classes are going to be on Zoom, so you can do them in your PJs. All right. Love you guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye, beloveds.